Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Art of Listening. My name is Jeff Bradbury, and with me, as always, is Gabriel Gordon. Gabe, how are you today? Welcome to the show.
Thanks. I'm doing great, Jeff. How are you?
I am doing well. It is great to see you here. And today we're going to be talking all about how we can listen artistically here. I know that's an important topic because a lot of us right now are sitting here going, I really miss seeing concerts. I really miss seeing live events. And I wanted to start off by asking you guys today, why? Why is it important for us to go to concerts? Why do we crave listening to others perform music?
There are actually many reasons to go, including the instinctive urge for us to create art together. I actually made a blog post about that on my YouTube channel, Gabriel Gordon, The Art of Listening. You can check that out. But yes, the beauty and the meaning behind the notes is the main thing why we go to concerts. But there are other things that work as well. I think we are incredibly inspired by what the people on the stage are actually doing. Along with the years and years of training it takes to master the instruments they are playing, they also have to coordinate on an even higher level with each other. I think to some people, when they look at it, it seems like magic.
So, we've talked about this before in the previous episodes of The Art of Listening. When you're in an orchestra, when you're in an ensemble situation,
Yeah.
yes, you do have to follow that conductor, but it really is about just listening to each other. It doesn't matter if you've got one person, three people, or 100. It really is about coordinating what everybody is doing on that stage.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It takes years of training to actually hone this muscle. You can't listen the same way you would, like, say, in a normal conversation. In a symphony, it's like talking to 80 other people with 20 discrete musical lines and not merely playing with them, but integrating your line with them. And I know it seems like magic, but that's one reason why a conductor is there to help. Yes, the conductor is there to help, but remember, the conductor doesn't actually make any sound. And what I find myself saying in rehearsals and facilitating is that the orchestra should be listening to each other. I'm constantly saying, you guys need to listen to this. And when I stop in rehearsal, generally it's to point out that, say, the trombones and the clarinets actually have the same line, and then I play it. So this is actually one way I have of getting them to listen to the right thing. The real issue is that in order for this to work, you have to do something very difficult personally. You have to let go of your opinions. In this case of the musical piece that you're playing, you might be thinking that, oh, I think this phrase should sound like this. Oh, I think that that person's playing too loud. And you have to just put those aside and listen and put yourself in another's place in order to align with them. This is when listening goes to an elevated level and becomes, in fact, the art of listening. When this happens, everybody really senses it, and it's like an electricity suddenly shoots through the ensemble and the audience. No matter how many people are on the stage, everyone just agrees with one another. It's magical to behold, and another reason why people going to concerts, because seeing people agree on this level is actually really inspirational.
It is kind of like a workspace, right? You don't always have to like the person sitting next to you, but when you're all on that common goal, it just does create that magic, doesn't it?
That's exactly right. You don't have to like the person next to you at all. The great thing about this is that you can achieve this level of agreement and not like the people or their opinions at all. You can be diametrically opposed to someone's politics or basic philosophies of life, and it can still work.
So I know there's a lot of orchestras that are out there that have conductors. We're going to be discussing a lot of those. We have discussed a lot of those, but can you give us any examples of an orchestra that maybe works differently?
There's a group called the WestEastern Different Orchestra. This group is made up of only Arabs and Israelis, and half the orchestra is Arab and half the orchestra is Israelis, and they maintain that number every single year in that way. Over the years, this group inevitably has had relatives in the army fighting each other, sometimes while they're actually in rehearsals and performances. Don't get me wrong, this is not utopia. Bad feelings occur and relations are not always, shall we say, civil. The group is not meant to bring peace to the Middle East. But what this ensemble is a model of constructive behavior. It becomes a representation of people who are on opposite sides of a conflict that has lasted for millennia, but can still come together to agree and perhaps move a little bit more forward towards peace.
So basically, what you're saying is that the musical ensemble is an example of how we can all relate to each other.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Right now, our country is so divided, but the main reason why we are divided is because we're not listening to each other. If we listen to each other like a great orchestra does, and we put our anger and our bitterness aside, reach beyond our dislikes and beyond our philosophies and politics, we'd actually might develop an understanding of each other that can bring us to be more united as a nation. That's what the art of listening can do for all of us.
So it all depends on if your conductor has a red baton or a blue baton. So, Gabe, overall, we have a lot of stuff to be thinking about when it comes to musical performances. Hopefully, we'll get back there one day and be able to celebrate music and the great composers all together. For anybody who's looking for more information about these subjects, where can they go and learn more about the great times over at The Art of Listening?
You can find out a whole lot more at Gabriel Gordon, The Art of Listening, and also go to my YouTube channel, also called Gabriel Gordon, The Art of Listening. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button and give me a comment. What do you think are better ways for us to be able to relate to each other and speak to each other? And how does that relate when you go to a concert? Are you inspired by how these people are doing the things that they're doing?
Well, that wraps up this episode of The Art of Listening. Until next time, my name is Jeff Bradbury, and on behalf of Gabe, we'll catch you guys next week right here on The Art of Listening.